living instead of existing, tripping, stumbling instead of falling, hooping, bawling instead of playing, connecting, reaching instead of calling, application instead of gradually, guessing when, testing if, change gonna come, I'm dealing with sin. That's how we truly repent. Quality time spent with my kid instead of them quantity hours with them foolish things, them wider ways, them games I played with. What's her name? The chase of fame. No difference made. When I lived them darker days, in any case, I'm blessed today. You all know how I got played. I came to understand the shame. It's mine. I maim the grace he gave a blinded slave. It shines so much that it erased my sins away. I forgot the pain and placed the blame on the inner me. The enemy is goading me into believing that I can't see. He's grieved. There's beef in me. Agreed. Flying instead of gliding high, up, on the tip, as high as it gets. Winning this year, not wrestling with the management of various gifts instead of curses, fighting urges, making me nervous, hearing words that serve the worthless men and women in urban churches, wealth instead of riches for me, life instead of death for me, order instead of chaos, good soil so I can produce a seed. Used to run from that fool in me, the ugly me I don't want to be. Accepting him to seek some peace is toe to toe. It's me versus me. With Christ I win. If I choose to lose, I sin. But life is pay-per-view, so I channel my attention. This is just a view in inches, ticks on the clock of time. Even though time ain't mine, I'll take a dash of time in rhyme form. Ignore him. He forms into a creature gone. Watch out. He longs to make me mourn the born identity of the supreme being. The ultimatum is death and foolishness or love and wit. He's grieved. So there's beef in me. Agreed. Gather momentum while losing hatred. Anxious and patiently waiting. Heart racing to the goal without faking or getting complacent. Ancient stories are great, but making them the rule can't be adjacent with analyzing the moment. Practicing love and seeking atonement. Grown men growing and groaning, moaning, cause they alone and foaming when they lose what they own when we don't own nothing. Man, our opponent is the clones that get a kick out of seeing us killing other grown men. They rapping for dollars. We rapping presents. Giving gifts with honors, calling everything a blessing. So now I'm checking instead of testing, inspecting, learning instead of guessing, grappling instead of wrestling, hold, getting a grip instead of stressing, experiencing life, living, growing, purpose in the on position, patient instead of waiting, instead of poker, go all in, visiting instead of chilling, text. My text is live, audio enabled. Okay, you tried to hurt me, but when I send it back, it helps you. Even through the cable. With his love, actually, you loving him through me is flattery. To me, because I don't deserve it. And I know I'm worth it. He died for me on purpose. So I know how I'm not worthless, but adequate and passionate. I battle with the concepts. It's nonsense, but the consequence is constant in my flesh. Sanctification, Illustrations, the words all in my body, causing the party to honestly part from me, but not for anybody. Tripping instead of stumbling, slipping, sliding instead of falling, gripping, grabbing instead of reaching, stealing, standing instead of borrowing, earning mine, deserving mine, gaining ground I didn't buy, owning men. The freedom can keep me in slavery, enslaved to sin, not me again. I gain again, and then I sin. Repent again, repeat, and rinse my sins away. When do I say this is the day the Lord has made? Impressive in depression, a superstar manic, wrestling mania, mainly I see man ick. Dirty, D living with Pootie Tang, feeling like I'm corny. My only vice is women, on and off the point. Instead of blaming my joint on a joint, but these joints be the joint in this joint. Spicer, peppy, and preppy. Pepper my peppy. Lay pews for this pretty dude such a cartoon. Rude boy cartmen on and off the battlefield. Fill up the batter bowl, cake bills, I heat still. Back for the pregame, done walking around lanes, too cool for the freeze frame, make moves like Rook, man. Cross color lines. We need each other to survive. We seek the truth in our lives, beyond personal lies. Ambassadors in this life and the one to come. I won't stop, but I'll change my heart from where I love. Run it back. Love where I'm from. Eyes open instead of dumb. Words spoken instead of blind. The fun leading the done. This party is going nowhere. Partly because there's no heir to lead the new school. So I bust a rhyme at 2 chains of fast food. I'm Don Thompson. You bosses, you cooks, don't put in the work to get that presidential look. You flip. He order. I'm on stocks and bonds, giving opportunity to the meal you die on. Circle songs.